That is the first rule. Our next important rule is taking a look at volume. Every time there is a new low, you can see there is an increased in volume. There is a spike in volume. A new low here, a spike in volume. But when this low was made, you can clearly see there is no spike in volume. There is no increase. This will be our first yellow signal suggesting that something is wrong with this downside momentum. You can clearly see prices broke down so considerably and yet there is no significant change in volume. This is the first signal that something is wrong with this downtrend. Our second signal comes when you can see there is a positive bar and with a spike in volume accompanied by next positive bar also. There is a positive bar and then prices started moving upside and volume picked up towards the upside. You can clearly see towards the upside volume picked up. So there is no volume towards the downside and volume have picked up towards the upside. Your first and very important proof that prices have changed that momentum. Prices don't want to go lower anymore. Next next signal, breaking of the trend line. And third signal comes when you can see a spike bar accompanied by a spike in volume. So you have a spike bar accompanied positive spike accompanied by a spike in volume. This also tells us that upside has picked up the momentum. Next, there is a retracement. There is a retracement, lower volumes. Once prices start moving towards the upside, volume picks up. So this is an essential element of inverse head and shoulder pattern. There has to be an increase in volume once prices start moving towards the upside. Here it is so clearly evident volume picked up towards the upside and there is an increase in momentum of price picks up towards the upside with an increase in volume. So now we have a shoulder 1 and shoulder 2. You can see here shoulder 1, shoulder 2 and a head, and we can draw a neckline here. So I've drawn a neckline and prices break out above the neckline and retrace back. Now what is important to consider is this retracement. You can see volume has completely dried up in this retracement. Volume is almost negligible. For 3 weeks there is no volume in this retracement. What does this suggest? Traders are no more interested in selling this stock down. They think prices are going up, which was so clearly evident with this green bar. You can see that this green bar or reversal bar was accompanied by stronger volumes. And then prices start moving towards the upside. You can see volume has picked up and prices start moving towards the upside here. Now, if you were to project a target for this pattern, what would be your target? Your target would be the distance from this shoulder to the head. Right? This distance projected towards the upside should be your target. In order to do so, I will use Fibonacci extensions and I'll use a crosshair and project this extension from this top to this bottom. Just go ahead and clear some lines drawn. Alright, from this top to this bottom, from the neckline to the head, draw an extension here, and I'll simply select 200% and deselect everything else. All right, so there is my 200% target. The distance from neckline to the head projected upside should be your ideal target for your head and shoulder pattern. So what should be your entry? One of the most basic entry level should be enter when prices retrace back to the neckline. Okay, that reduces your risk significantly. Enter at reversal, and you can use this bottom as your stop loss. This bottom should as your stop loss and this as your ideal target. So this was quite a textbook inverse head and shoulder pattern. You saw breaking of trend line. You saw how volume started acting or started behaving differently when prices made a new low, but volume failed to show any interest in the new low, and then volume started showing interest towards the upside. Then there was breaking of the trend line on higher volume, and then retracement on negligible volumes, suggesting that traders are looking for the upside in the stock, and then prices reverse and make a new high.